Yo, what's up everybody? It's your boy Floss, back again with another video. And today we're going to get into Retro Tech episode number 1, old school phones. Now the other day when I was reviewing the Xiaomi 14 Pro, I showed this old school iPhone. And I told y'all if y'all want to see Retro Tech, hit me up in the comments and I'll make a Retro Tech video. And a lot of people said they want to see this. So here we go. Now this is going to be a fun video. It's also going to be story time with Uncle Floss, because all of these phones have a unique story and a unique special place in my heart. Now, since this is a Retro Tech, we're going to have a retro drink. Okay, I'm sipping on a Heineken. I'm going on vacation tomorrow. So let's have a little pre-vacation fun. Cheers. Okay, I haven't drank a Heineken in a minute. All right, let's start off with where it all started for me, the OG of OG phones, the Motorola bag phone. Now, I don't know the actual number or actual name of this phone. We just called it the bag phone for obvious reasons. Now, let me show you how I got introduced into the phone game. Let me give a big shout out to my pops, because my pops is the original Flossy Carter. Okay, I'm Flossy Carter Jr. My pops was the original OG tech man. He had all of the new tech, including the bag phone. Okay, now back in the days, my pops had all of the VCRs. He had a video camera. I don't think y'all understand how big of a deal that is. It's hard to find people that's my age that can show you a video of them on their first day of elementary school, 40 years ago. He had a big video camera. It looked like one of those network cameras that you see like a professional TV show. The camera was so big that you put a VHS tape right into the camera. So whenever my pops wanted to shoot some home video, it took him about 45 minutes to set up that camera. It came in like 4 big giant suitcases. I mean, I was a little kid, so it probably seemed bigger to me than it really was. But it was a 45-minute setup process with all the lights. It was like 1,000 wires. It looked like a movie studio just to shoot some home video. It was crazy. And that camera was so big, I couldn't even pick it up. I said that to say this. My pops had all of the tech. And he also was a businessman. So he had a couple of stores in Brooklyn, 3 different stores. So he had the bag phone. When it first came out, he went out and got the bag phone. And when I seen that, that kind of introduced me into the tech game. I always wanted to be like my pops. He had all of the new tech. I wanted to be that tech guy too. So what my pops would do is, anytime he got some new tech, he'd give me the old tech as a hand-me-down. And a lot of the stuff didn't work. I just wanted it as a toy. But I was just fascinated with this kind of stuff. So let's talk about the Motorola bag phone. Now, this is the actual phone. It came in a leather bag like this. You can't take it out of the bag. You have to rock it like this, okay? So you open this up. This is crazy. Look at this. Now, it came with all of the books and all that. And these books is that old. Let's see what this was. This was the battery. Oh, look at this. Let's see what's in here. Okay, look, you had the car charger, the battery. I don't think I remember how to use this, but yeah, you had to plug this into the car to charge it, but it also had a regular charger somewhere. But the most important part was this. Yo, check this out. You was walking around outside with this looks like a house phone, but you had it outside. This is the Motorola bag phone. Now, let me tell y'all a story about the bag phone and why this is like really what got me fascinated and started driving me into the tech game as a little kid. Now, I wasn't even, I ain't gonna say a baby, but I was a little kid. The bag phone was out for a while, right? So now fast forward, I had to be maybe 15 years old. Okay, 15 years old. Now, by then, I had already got kicked out of high school. My brother Mook and my sister Fatima, they're 1 year apart. Both of them was in York College. They was going to York College at the time. So I had got kicked out of high school. So I didn't have nothing to do all day. So shout out to Mook. All right, Mook made me a fake York College ID so I could come hang out in York College with him. And I'm gonna show y'all something real quick. Let me pull up this picture because y'all need to see this. Let me pull up a picture. That there's gonna be a lot of pictures in this shit real quick. I'm gonna show y'all one more. Let me show you. All right, this is an actual photo right here of me. Now I had already by then I was already out of high school. This is inside of York College. Mook was going there. He made me the fake ID so I could pop up in York College. Now, at the time, you see what kind of shape I was in. I was all slim. I was a basketball player. And I played basketball above my age. So I always played with the older dudes. So I was able to go to York College, sneak into the gym, and ball with the college cats. So we met this dude His name was Mark. This is a true story too. Now, I don't know his last name. You could probably Google this information and find it. Heavyset, light-skinned dude named Mark. He lived in Rochdale Village in Queens. The police beat his ass one night. I don't know what he did, but they Rodney King'd him. I mean, they whooped him. They beat his ass. And he sued them. And he won a lawsuit. Now, he got to be like maybe 19, 20 years old. Maybe even younger than that. Maybe 18 or 19. He got a lawsuit. From what I hear, it was over $500,000. You give $500,000 to a little young hood dude, what they gonna do? Immediately, Mercedes-Benz. All right, he bought that immediately. A bunch of jewelry, and of course, he had the bag phone. So when I used to hang out in York College, right? So me, Mook, my sister Fatima, her ex-husband Jamal, he was going there also. He's the one who kind of schooled me how to play basketball above my age group. So we all used to hang out. So we playing basketball, me, Mook, Mark, Jamal, and a couple other dudes. So Mark, he would come through in the brand new Mercedes-Benz, the big body 4-door one, looking like Paid in Full, the movie, gold chains on. He had the bag phone, and as a young dude, I was fascinated. I wanted to be like that. So we would go places to play ball. We play ball at York College. Sometimes we go in the car, drive over to Rochdale. And I never forget this image. One day, we was playing ball. He was on the sidelines. He's sitting there. You could see, like, out the side of your eye, the Mercedes is parked right there, because he used to park it right there. He got a front. He used to park it right there. He was chilling. He had the big gold chains on, the big Nefertiti piece. And he had the bag phone in hand. All the chicks was around him. I'm looking like, bro, I got to be like this. Like, this is what I need to be doing. And he had so much cash, he would be like, yo, if you need to use the phone, he'd be like, yo, make a phone call, yo. I remember calling one of my dudes, calling his house, and he's like, yo, where you at? I'm like, bro, I'm in the park. What you mean you're in the park? I'm in the park. I'm on the bag phone. I'm in the park doing it big, bro. Come through. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was so crazy, yo. So anyway, this is how much clout the bag phone would get you back in the days. So, anyway, even before that, when my pops upgraded his phone, he gave me this one. All right, and I would just walk around with it. Me and my little crew, we would go to Green Acres Mall, and I would just walk around with the bag phone. One thing about it, if it's charged up, you could still call 911. So that was kind of a good thing. If you was about to get got, you had emergency 911 access, so it wasn't like carrying it just for show. But I was carrying it for show. People always ask me, why they call you Flossy Carter? I'm saying, like, flossing, yo. I used to be flossing. I used to stay I used to love to try to floss, yo. Fake it till you make it. I had to fake it till you make it. You know what I'm saying? So I walk around with the crew. We got the bag phone. We see the little chicks. We pull out the bag phone, act like we making phone calls and all that, passing it around to each other, getting so much love. It was unbelievable. Look at this phone. You got the power, send, actual function button, had a little green screen. This is crazy. But we used to have it used to make a way to walk with it and have it kind of open. Like, we would walk with it and leave it kind of open so you could see that it's the bag phone. I mean, this was so much clout. I love this phone, yo. This is crazy. Anyway. So, back to the story. All right, so I used to walk around with the bag phone and all that, and I wanted a phone. I wanted a phone. That's the bottom line. I wanted this phone so bad. But this is with Bell South Mobility, this is the bag phone. So anyway, let me have another quick drink, yo. Hold up. So anyway, so my pops upgraded to a new phone, gave me this as a toy. I walk around the hood with me and my boys, and we bag all of the chicks with the bag phone. You know what I'm saying? Everybody giving us, because back in the days, let me make this clear. If you was under 21 years old and you was black, really only two people that you considered having a phone like this. Either you're a professional, doctor, lawyer, business owner, or a drug dealer. There's no in between. It wasn't just like random kids walking. No, if you was a young black dude, and obviously you're not a doctor, you're hanging out in the park, people just looked at you as a drug dealer. So it came with a little bit of clout, but it also came with some pitfalls, because people would be ready to stick you up thinking you got cash. But so it was a dangerous game I was playing, but I was playing it and I was loving it. All right, so this is I'm gonna try to keep this video as quick as I can. So this is the Motorola bag phone. This is where it all started. Now, my pops upgraded to this phone right here. Now, this is another Motorola phone. We used to call this the brick phone. It kind of looks like a brick. You know, this was this was another phone. Now by the time my pops upgraded and gave me this one, I had to probably be maybe 17 years old. I might have been 16. I might have been 16 or 17 years old, around the same age. This is the phone you used to walk around with this in your back pocket with the big antenna sticking up, and you was getting a lot of love. Now, a lot of these phones I'm not going to be able to turn on because I don't have chargers for them and all that. But look at the little tiny screen. This is iconic. Now, I got to take it back to the phone for a second. Oh, I think I might have even been younger than that. Hold on, let me take it back. Look, I got another photo. Here's a photo of me with the brick phone. You know what I'm saying, bro? I thought I was doing it. Now, of course, and you got to remember, there was no free nights and weekends, unlimited cell phone plans and all that. These phones was, from the earliest I remember, it used to be like $1 a minute. So you ain't just walking around lamping on the phone unless you got money. Otherwise, it was a lot of quick in and out phone calls. Even people that really had them, in and out phone calls. You know what I'm saying? Emergency calls. But I was walking around with this in my back pocket. I thought I was the shit. All right, now let me see. I remember this. The battery comes off. Yeah, the battery comes off. Let me see if I can get this. Look at this. This is the battery on the back. Okay, so you slid this on. Came in a few different colors. Like this is the gray. It came in like a cream color. Okay, LA Cellular, you know what I'm saying? This was the brick phone, yo. Like, you know what I mean? This was fun. This was fun. But now I'm gonna get into my very first phone that was on. That was my phone that I could actually use. Okay, so this is the brick phone. Scan and leave that right there. Next, after that, matter of fact, I'm gonna do a shot after every phone. And again, happy holidays. I hope you're having a good time. This video is not supposed to be a serious video. We're just having fun. All right, so the next phone, all right, so after my pops upgraded, he upgraded from this phone to this phone. Okay, so he was walking around with this phone, and at the time, when this phone came out, phones started getting more accessible. Like you could go to the pawn shop and buy one of these if you just want a front. You could buy one that don't work, and just have it. So I had a phone like this. Now this is a Motorola. It had the little antenna, flip down. You know what I'm saying? A little green screen on the front. Okay. All of these phones had the removable batteries. Let's see if I get this off. Okay, there it is. Had the big boy batteries. Let's see. Any years on this? Let's see. Yeah, the model. Okay. I don't see the year. But anyway, this phone right here. Now, let me tell you why this was my first phone that was actually on. Okay. Now, one of my old homeboys, his name was Muller, but we called him Miller. Rest in peace. That was my guy, man. That was one of my old school, one of my closest friends. Okay. When I was around that age, his father had a store on Sufton Boulevard. It was called TV VCR Repair. That's how it was called, TV VCR Repair. And it was kind of like a bootleg pawn shop, you know, like you could go in there and just buy used electronics. You could buy, you could bring your electronics in to get fixed. But VCRs and cassette players, Walkmans, they always break. So you bring it to a shop like that and they'll repair it. I didn't know that Miller's pops was a low-key hustler scammer. They had a scam going on. So every time I used to walk past the store because you had to get to the train station. So every time we walked past the store, that store always got drug dealers and always got people in the store. And we used to be like, yo, bro, your pop's store is popping, yo. We didn't know what he was doing. Basically, what he was doing, they had a little scam. It's called zapping phones. Now, all of y'all old school dinosaurs like me, come through in the comments if y'all know what I'm talking about and let people know that I'm not making this up. It was called zapping a phone. And this is what I mean by that. So you take this phone right here, it's off. You take it to a shop, like one of those TV, VCR repair shops, or one of these electronic shops who's under the table. And what they would do is, they had some way to plug it into their system and connect this phone to somebody else's number. Some random person who knows who they are. Connect the phone, so they call it zapped. So once the phone is zapped, you can use it as much as you want. But the problem is, when that person gets their phone bill, the usual phone bill maybe would have been like $50, $60, $70, $80, $90. Their phone bill is going to be $3,500. It's going to be off the chart, and they're going to cancel that phone immediately. So when they zap your phone, the best time to zap it would be like the beginning of the month. You zap it on the 2nd or the 3rd, and what he would do is, once you zap the phone, he would guarantee it because some people's bill cycle was in the middle of the month, beginning of the month, or end of the month. So if he zapped it, he would guarantee it for 20 days. And then if it goes off within 20 days, he'll zap it again for free. I think it was $50 to zap it. Now, $50 back then, I would say that's probably around maybe $125 now. Like, it was a lot. That was a grip of money. But he zapped the phone, and then you could walk around and make as many phone calls as you want. So at the time, I think I was working, let me see, where was I working at back then? I think I was working as a security guard, or maybe that was before then. Oh, as a matter of fact, I'm lying. I was working at Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Yeah, I remember. I was working at Enterprise Rent-A-Car as a lot attendant. You know, park the cars in the lot, wash all the cars, right? So so $50, I could afford that. So when we found out that Miller's pops was zapping the phones, we would come in there. We was all young. He didn't really want to zap them for us because he was like, nah, he didn't want to do it at first. But then, money talked. So, he started, Miller couldn't come in there with us, but he knew we was all friends with Miller. So, but he would be like, all right, don't say nothing, whatever. So we gave him the 50, he zapped the phone. Once the phone is zapped, it's on. All right, it's on, and this is the crew phone. So we going anywhere. We using the phone until the battery dies. And that's the thing, these batteries, they ain't last all day like these phones now. But when we outside, we passing it around to the whole crew, everybody making phone calls, calling their little shorty, calling people up. Like, every time you see somebody walking by, you want to make a phone call just to be on the phone, like calling your moms up. I said, like, when I got this phone zapped, that's it, yo. I was like, I got a cell phone that's on, it's zapped. And then the only thing is, like, one day you'll go to make a phone call and then it'll be like, no, the service is off. You're like, all right, well, that's the end of it. It's dead. So you got to take it and get it rezapped, or you just rock it just the front. Rock it just the front. But this was my first real phone that I had that was on. Like, the phone had service. You didn't want to get incoming calls and all that. And and it wasn't like now, like people like FBI tracking you. Like, nobody cared about all this stuff. Like, bro, like everybody was doing it. And I was young at the time, kind of naive. I didn't know that was the thing. Everybody had a zap phone. Everybody had the zap phone. So this was my first real phone that was on. Now let's fast forward a little bit more. Let's have a little shot. This is too much fun. Okay, now let me pull out the phone that started it all. I wanted my phone, my little phone stash. This is the phone right here that started it all for me on YouTube. All right, this phone right here. This was the HTC Touch Pro 2. I believe that's the name of this one. HTC Touch Pro 2. Look at this. This one had let's see, this is the big USB. I forgot what they call this. Micro USB, mini USB. I forgot what this one is, but y'all know what it is. The big USB. Let's see. Power button on the top. Nope. Now, I don't expect none of these phones to charge. I probably do have a mini USB cable in here. Let me see. I actually do. I think I actually do. Let's go ahead and plug this in and see if we could get some juice on this. Why not? That'll be fun. Hold up. I think this is it. Is it? Oh no, that's mini USB. All right, I don't even have it. Anyway, let me tell you how I got started on YouTube. Now, I told this story before, but I'll tell it again. When this phone was first coming out, YouTube was already out. And at the time I was working in this corporate office. Okay, so I had a lot of free time, and I would just watch YouTube videos all day. It wasn't like now where there was 1,000 YouTube videos. It was just enough YouTube videos to get you by. And they had tech channels, so of course I'm into tech, so I would watch tech videos. Y'all remember Phone Dog? Noah? Noah from Phone Dog. Shout out to Noah from Phone Dog, wherever he at. Remember the bald-headed dude with glasses? That was my favorite tech reviewer at the time. And I used to watch all of the videos about phones coming out. So at the time, this phone was on the way out. I think I had a Windows phone at the time. I don't remember which phone I had. I might have had the Tony Soprano phone, but this was the new phone coming out. So I watched the video on this phone, and Noah was like, "Yo, this phone is so dope." This is like the most innovative phone right here. So I immediately was like, I'm buying this. Now, at this time in my life, I was the phone guy. I was already buying every new phone that came out. All right, I was by the time this phone came out, this is probably like maybe 15, 16, 17 years ago. I don't know. Well, I know Amaya was probably like 2, 3 years old. Like, this was already, like, I was already grown enough to afford whatever phone I wanted. So when this phone was coming out, I watched that YouTube video and I was like, I was sold. And shout out to my boy Vic. Vic worked in Rochdale Mall. All right, they had a Sprint. Anybody from Queens, y'all know what I'm talking about. They had a Sprint store inside of Rochdale Mall. It was like the kiosk, right? And Vic worked there. So Vic was my Sprint plug, right? Now, this is not the actual phone. This is a similar one. I had a Sprint version of this, but this one is Verizon, but I don't even know why I got this one, but I had a Sprint version. I did a YouTube video on it, I think I got it. It's in one of my old YouTube videos. But Vic would be like, yo, when I call Vic at Sprint, I'd be like, yo, the new phone is coming out, put one to the side for me. Because y'all remember when phones come out, there was no Amazon and all that, or, buying phones on Amazon. You had to go up to the store and buy the phone. And if you snooze, you lose. You get there and the phone sold out. That's it, you asked out. Me, I always wanted the phone on day one. So I'd be like, yo, Vic, put that to the side for me. So he did that. And I remember, I think I paid $500 for this, which is like buying a brand new iPhone right now. $500, that was a lot. So I went out, I bought this phone. I get home, I'm setting it up, I'm all hyped. This phone was lagging so much. I mean, it was performing 100% opposite of how it looked in the YouTube video. And I remember saying to myself, like, why would he make a YouTube video saying this phone is good if it's not really that good? Like, I felt like I got cheated. I didn't know nothing about sponsored videos, which I don't even think it was sponsored videos. I think back in the days, people would just say nice stuff about products so you could get easy access to the product. Same thing like people do now. Like, you ain't gonna shit on a product if you plan on reviewing the next one from that company. So I didn't know how the YouTube game worked and all that. I just felt like I got cheated. I felt like, yo, why would he say that if that ain't the case? So I was kind of mad, but I wasn't gonna go to the video and go to the comments and be like, yo, this phone is trash, da-da-da. My theory is, I'm not gonna complain about something. I'm gonna try to do it better myself. So since I feel like I got with that phone, I said the very next phone that comes out, I'm gonna make my own YouTube video. Okay, I'm gonna call it a real review because I'm giving you the real truth on it. I'm really buying it. There's no motives behind it. There's no company sending it to me. I'm not trying to do commercials or nothing like that. There was no money involved. I was like, I'm just gonna make my own video, so hopefully what happened to me doesn't happen to somebody else. So that's why I got started on YouTube. And I'm gonna show you the first phone that came out after that. The first phone that came out after that was this. This is the Palm Pre. All right, remember I called it the Palm Poop? Let me see now. Let's see. Do we have any juice on this one? Let's see. This one has. Look at this. Look at the keyboard. And even back then, I remember complaining about the keyboard. Let's see, we got the power button is where at? Okay, on the side, that's volume up and down. The back cover comes off. You got a headphone jack. Okay, power button on the top. Let's see, this might have some power. Let's see. Hold up. Oh, no power on this one? All right, well, let's see. We do have, what kind of charger for this? Because I do have some chargers. Look, these old school phones you can't even find where to charge this shit up at. Let me see. Look, this was Sprint. This was my actual Palm Poop. Damn, where's the charger shit at on this? Bro, like, it's kind of crazy. All right, hold up. Let's see. I know the back cover comes off, if I'm not mistaken. Well, let's see. Well, anyway, I'm not gonna. This is, yeah, hold up. Where do we charge this at? Oh, you know what? I think this one had that inductive charging. I think this had the inductive charging system, if I remember. If I remember. But look at the camera in the back, a little flash. Remember this had a little mirror? That's me back here with the glasses on, looking mad old and goofy. Look at the keyboard on this one. Look, that was a little vibrate switch on the top. Oh, look, here's the power button right here. Let's see if we got it. Look at this. Oh, the battery's dead. All right, yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. After all these years, this shit almost had a little juice. Let's see, maybe it'll still turn on though. So I remember some of these old phones, they would still turn on. All right, you got to plug this one in. All right, anyway, but this was the Palm Pre. So if you go back and scroll through, like when you go to YouTube, scroll through to some of my first videos. This is one of my first videos, the Palm Pre. also known as the palm poop. And I made a little quick video about this, and that was it. I just made it for my own peace of mind. So I was like, hopefully nobody get got by buying one of these bullshit Windows phones, and hopefully nobody get got. Now, in the comments of that video, people, there was a few comments that people was like, yo, I like this. Now, I didn't even think nobody was gonna watch it. I wasn't expecting no views, but people was like, yo, when the next phone come out, make a video on that too. I'm like, I bet. And the crazy thing is, I was working in this corporate office. I had so much free time. So if you watch those old videos, you look in the background, you see it's always empty. Like, I'm not gonna get into the job and all that. It was a dope job though, you know what I'm saying? But it was the kind of job that it was one-man shifts. Like, I ran the department and then somebody took over for me. So it was like one-man shift. So I'm running that whole department in the like, basically I used to work 2 to midnight. Basically from 2 to 4, 2 to 5, it'd be something to do. But then after that, a lot of the whole night ain't nothing going on. I literally don't got nothing to do. Literally nothing to do. So that's why I was like, yo, I can make videos. It was just, I'm making videos to kill time. So I made this one right here, the Palm Pre. And people was like, yo, make another video. So I was like, okay, I'll make another video. Now, I'm gonna switch the timeline. Hold up. Because I just looked at my bag. I found something else. I didn't even know I had this one. I found a few more. Okay, hold up. I gotta have a drink for this one. Hold up. Oh my God. Let's switch the timeline back around. So this is after this phone. I think I might have had the Tony Soprano phone before that. Oh no, matter of fact, after this phone was this phone right here, the Motorola StarTAC. Now, when I had this phone, I also had the big Motorola Timeport two-way pager, but this phone right here, I almost got killed over this phone, bro. I almost died over this phone. Literally almost died over this phone. Now, when this phone came out, see, I think there was two. I thought the antenna came out. Let me see. Okay, maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking of a different one. I could have sworn the antenna swung out on this one, but maybe not. I'm pretty sure it did, though. I'm pretty sure it did. I had a bunch of these, so this might be a different one that I had, but this was the Motorola StarTAC. Okay, now when I had this phone, I was working on the ambulance. Okay, I was an EMT. I was working in Far Rockaway. Let's say, saying I was working on the ambulance, and I used to have this in my front pocket. Now, this was a phone that I bought with my own money. It had a contract and all of that, so I had full phone numbers, getting phone calls and all that. When I had this phone, I thought I was the man. When y'all see me flipping these new phones, these Samsung Z Folds and all that, Z Flips, bro, I've been flipping phones for this long. All right, so this is nothing new to me. But I thought I was the man with this phone. I'm working on the ambulance. I used to wear this phone in my front pocket. Now, it did come with a little holster that you could put on your waist, but I used to have it in my front chest pocket like this. Let me tell you a quick story how I almost got murdered behind this phone. All right, now, all of y'all EMT, anybody who works as an EMT or paramedic right now, let me know if y'all still do this or not. I don't know if they changed the laws, but back in the days, before you take an ambulance out, we had to do something that was called an 800. When you take your ambulance out, there's a checklist. It has to have 800 things has to be checked. There's 800 things that you have to check before you take that ambulance on the road. Now, a lot of the stuff, we used to leave the cabinet sealed. So this way we don't gotta go through each cabinet and check each, a certain amount of shit you gotta have. But we was able to do 800 and, I used to do my 800 in maybe 20 minutes. I could have did it in 10 minutes, but you gotta milk the clock a little. So come in, we had the base right here, and then next to the base was a little building that we called the doghouse. That's where they had the microwave, they had a little weight gym, they had the little refrigerator, like where all the techs come out, before they shift or after they shift and come and hang out. So basically, if you're driving the ambulance, you got to do the vehicle checklist. You got to check all the lights, the sirens, the tires, and all that. If you're working in the back as the tech, you got to do the 800. You got to check those 800 things in the back of the ambulance. So I remember one day, I'm driving. I used to work with this dude named Angel. Shout out to Angel. That was my guy. All right, that was my dude, my partner in crime. I'm saying in more ways than one. but anyway, so the vehicle checklist is easy. So I did the vehicle. And not half of the times we ain't even do this shit. We just check. Oh, who cares? I don't really care about this shit. The 800 is more important because you don't want to go out on the road and you're supposed to have a certain amount of shit and you ain't got it. maybe the state might pop up on you and do an inspection. You don't want to take no chances. So the 800, Angel would take his time and do it correctly. So I'm like, yo, I did the vehicle checklist. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna go in the doghouse and charge my phone. Because you remember, these phones, the batteries would die quick. So I went in the doghouse, plugged this in, left it on the table. Now I come back outside, I'm politicking with Angel in the back. Sometimes I help him do the 800 so we can help him go get breakfast. So, we doing 800. So I come back in, maybe 10 minutes later, I come back in the doghouse, the phone is gone, yeah? The phone is gone. Now, it's not like nowadays, you got insurance on the phone. Like, who cares? Get another phone on Amazon tomorrow. Bro, this was a heartbreaking, devastating blow, bro. This was like, when you see your whole month worth of work go down the drain. Like, bro, I had to save up a lot of bread for this, because I had my own bills at the time. So I come back in the doghouse, the phone is gone. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? I'm going crazy. And then keep in mind, at the time, I'm in my early 20s. I'm still, even though I'm working a professional job and all that, I'm still me. I'm still a hood dude. So I'm like, yo, what the fuck? People in that job did, look, I'm not trying to glorify this shit, because as I look back on it, a lot of stuff I did was dumb. But it is what it is. So I'm up in there. Who the fuck got my phone? Yo, what the fuck? Yo, I'm going crazy, right? Nobody, everybody like, yo, what phone? People coming in and out. So there was this chick. Her name is Sharif. She was a heavyset West Indian chick. We used to call everybody by their last name. So her last name was Sharif. So we called her Sharif. So Sharif was like, yo, Malik, let me talk to you for a minute. She was like, yo, I don't want to be a snitch or nothing like that, but I think Fritz stole your phone. It was this Haitian guy. He was like the groundskeeper of the ambulance base. He was like, I think Fritz got your phone, yeah? I'm like, why you say that? He's like, because I seen him go in the doghouse. He came running back out, and then he ran into his car and he came back. So it just looked sus, yeah. So I'm like, all right, bet. So I'm gonna go press him real quick. So at the time, he must have been like maybe 40 years old. You know what I'm saying? I thought he was an old man. Look at me now, right? He was like 40 years old. So I'm like, yeah, yo, Fritz. I'm like, bro, I ain't trying to. I don't want to. You know what I'm saying? Because I know how it is. You see a phone, you take a phone. I get it. But that's my phone, yo. So like, just cough it up. No harm, no foul. If it was somebody else's phone, yo, you would have just had a free phone. But this is me you talking about, bro. I need my shit back immediately. So he like, what phone? So I'm like, all right. So I start taking off my equipment, because at the time, people, y'all look. If I have some of my old friends come on one of my live streams, they'll tell you. At the time, yo, I had the short temper, bro. Like, I was like, yo, as soon as he said what phone, I started taking off my tech belt, started taking off my shit. I was like, bro, I'm telling you right now, by the time I take all the shit off, if you ain't on your way to go get my phone, yo, I'm washing you up right now. That's it, yo. I don't give a fuck about this job, yo. And at the time, working on the ambulance, nobody cared about those kind of jobs, because you get fired from this ambulance company, you get hired at the next one tomorrow. There was a major shortage of EMTs. It still is. Like, there's no EMT walking around talking about, I can't find a job. That's not happening. Especially private companies, they'll hire you today. Fresh out of school, no experience, today. As soon as you walk in the door, uniform, here you go, get on the road, yo. Like, they don't care, they want that bread, yo. So I'm taking off my shit. I'm like, he know, you know what I'm saying? My reputation kind of already was speaking for myself. So he knew I wasn't playing. So he was like, yo, all right, hold on a second. He was like, hold on, all right, because he seen I wasn't playing. So he went to the car, came back with the phone. I'm like, yo, son, I'm like, why you? Then I'm getting mad, like, why you trying to play me, yo? You should just gave it to me the first time, yo. You know what I'm saying? He was like, all right, well, you know, it is what it is. And like you said, yo, see a phone, take a phone. Like, it is what it is. You would have done the same. I'm like, all right. I'm like, I bet it is what it is. Now, he was the groundskeeper. His name was Fritz. His brother, Gene, was a dispatcher. And any of y'all old school dudes, there might be somebody in the comments who happened to used to work for Hunter back in the days. And y'all know who I'm talking about. Y'all remember Gene and Fritz, right? So, and Fritz was kind of heavy set, like he was kind of stocky, like, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, he wasn't no pushover, but at the time, hold on a second, I gotta show you something. Hold on a second. All right, I had to go to my photo library because sometimes when you're telling a story, you gotta throw some visuals. Now, this is what I looked like back then, yo. All right, this is how I used to look when I worked on the ambulance. This was the kind of shape I was in. This is me right here. All right, this is, you know, you can see G unit, you know what I'm saying? This is the kind of shape I was in back then. So people wasn't playing around with me, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody wasn't playing no games with me, right? So anyway, back to the story, right? So Fritz gave me the phone back. I go to Angel. I'm like, yo, this motherfucker trying to get me, yo. We laughing about it. It is what it is, right? So We break out. I get back to now we go do the full day of work. I get back to the base after work. After work, we used to all go in the doghouse, smoke a blunt or something, because back in the days, man, anybody who worked in the ambulance, man, you know what I'm talking about, man. Like, you gotta have a drink, you gotta smoke, you gotta do something after work, because that job was brutal. So we go back to the doghouse, we chill for a little bit, and then I leave to go home. So now I'm driving home, I'm heading to Shore Avenue. I drove all the way home from Far Rockaway, which is probably about a 25 minute ride with traffic and all, probably 20 minutes. I get to Shore Avenue, I'm making a left turn. I hear this loud sound. I look at the mirror, I see my back right tire going this way. I'm turning this way, my tire's shooting down a block going this way, yo. And at the time I was driving, I had a little hoopty. I had a Ford Taurus station wagon. We used to call it the WAP, the wagon of pain, hot box, right? So I had the Ford Taurus station wagon. So I'm like, all right, well, it's a hoopty, so you got to deal with hoopty problems. So I'm thinking that, okay, maybe it's just it's the old saying, ride it till the wheels fall off. I'm like, all right, well, the wheels fell off. It's over, yo. So I'm like, all right, it is what it is. Like, I'm not even really thinking about it. Hold up, I just found another picture too. I want to show y'all one more picture for the story. This is my dude Angel. That's the guy I used to work with. Me and Big Angel. I'm saying he looked black, but he's Puerto Rican, right? So anyway, so the tire came off right around the corner from Shore Avenue. I'm like, oh shit, you're right. So I'm like, all right, well, it is what it is. I'm looking at it like, all right, I gotta get it towed to the shop. So I tow it. I used to go to the little bootleg shop on Liberty. So I get it towed to the shop and all that. I'm like, yo, what happened? The axle broke. Something like, what is it? And the guy's like, yo, we don't really see nothing that, like, the only way that this could have happened is it seems like somebody loosened up the lug nuts. It seemed like your lug nuts was loose and the tire just came off, yo. So I'm like, oh shit, yo. So I wasn't even thinking nothing about it. So then, like, maybe, so I had to leave the car in the shop there. When the tire came off, it fucked up some shit on the back, of course. So I'm back on the bus. That's it. So I get to work. So I'm working the next couple of days. Now, there was a dude, a dispatcher that worked there. His name was Rob. We used to call him Rob Dugan. That's so stupid. My man, Rob Dugan, right? So Rob, a little Spanish dude, right? So it used to be a cycle between Tommy and Rob, two different dispatchers. Tommy, we didn't get along. Me and Rob, we got along. So one, like, maybe this had to be like maybe 3 days later. So I get to work and my man Rob is outside smoking a cigarette. He like, yo, Malik, what's up? What's up with your car? He's like, yo, your car. He's like, I see you. He see me coming down the block. He like, where your car is? And he's like, what's up with your whip? I'm like, yo, man, the shit. You don't even want to know. You don't even want to know. He like, oh damn. So he's like, so Fritz ain't fix it? I'm like, what you mean, yeah? He's like, yo, he was like, I seen Fritz working on your car the other day. Like, I thought something was going, because Fritz he was the groundskeeper, but he did a little odd jobs all over the place. He like, I seen Fritz working on your car. Yo, bro. I'm like, what you mean? He like, yeah, he was like he was doing some work on your car. I'm like, because I used to park sometime in the side of the base, right? So I'm like, what? So I'm putting two and two together, like, yo, I pressed the dude about the phone, and he went and loosened up my lug nuts, yo. I told Rob, yo, you could see the look on my face. I told Rob, I'm like, yo, and Fritz used to come in early in the mornings or late at night, like switch alternate. So he wasn't there. So I'm like, yo, Rob, I was like, I'm going to jail, yo. I was like, I'm going to jail, yo. When I see Fritz, I'm going to jail immediately. You already know what time it is with me. I was like, yo, this dude loosened up my lug nuts, yo. I was like, yo, the tire came off. Rob is like, are you fucking kidding me? Yo, we like, what? I'm like, yeah, man. I'm like, yo. I'm like, it's over, yo. It's over. So I'm all in front of the base. There's a couple of other dudes around. I'm all talking shit. I used to be on some loud, boisterous type shit. I'm like, I'm watching this dude. I'm talking mad shit. Putting on a little show, of course. Say put a little show on you, right? They keep the intimidation levels up at work. So anyway, so we go out on the road. I get back, and I had a shout out to Angel too, because Angel had got some of his boys from Brooklyn to come down and meet us, because we supposed to hang out after work. So I was like, yo, get a couple of your dudes anyway, because just in case. And I was like, yo, we gonna watch this dude after work, yeah. So we get back to the base. Now we looking for Fritz. Fritz ain't there. So Rob is telling me that I don't know how he got word, but he got word that dudes is looking for him and all that. He just left, yeah. He just left. He never came back, yeah. He just quit. He never came back. So then I start pressing his brother Gene. Now Gene is older than him. Gene was probably like 50. I started pressing Gene, like, but Gene, me and Gene was cool. Like, you gotta be cool with the dispatchers, otherwise they gonna make you work. So I can't really go OD, I can't press him like that. But I'm like, yo, Gene, man, I'm like, I think your brother tried to get me, yo. He like, you know, me and him ain't cool like that. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Like, whatever y'all do to him, he deserve it. I like, you know, it is what it is. But he quit, so you know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna be like, yo, give me your address, I'm coming to your house. Like, it ain't all that. You know what I'm saying? It ain't all that. But I was like, yo, if I ever see him again, it's on, yo. And but Gene was like, yo, y'all gotta do what y'all gotta do, yo. It is what it is. But that was that was all over this Motorola StarTAC. Every time I see this phone, I just think about that time, yo. I think about the time that I remember how relieved I was when I got it back, and then how mad I was when I found out that, yo, imagine if I was driving on the highway 50 miles an hour, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to the exit and the tire comes off. And I end up having a head-on collision and, you know, end up hurting somebody. Like, this shit kind of pissed me off. But anyway, let's get back to the positive vibes. Let's get back to the positive. That's the Motorola StarTAC. All right, so I got a few more phones. I got a few more. All right, so let me show you another one, another classic. Okay, we got another classic right here. Let me have a little drink real quick. Cheers, y'all. We got a little drink. All right, so we got another classic right here. This is the Sprint Palm Treo. Now, if you started watching my YouTube videos back when I first started, you've probably seen this in a few of my videos. This phone right here. All right, this was my main phone. I use this phone so much, I'm not even exaggerating. I used to be able to send messages without hardly looking at the keyboard. Like, I was able to type so fast on this. Let's see what kind of charger this uses. Look at this. You can put a full-size SD card in this bitch. You got the vibrate on and off, little sensor right here, power button, volume up and down. This one, I don't believe I had the battery because I had a burgundy one. I think this is the Palm Treo 700, but I remember I had the 750 after that with the burgundy back. But this one right here, the Palm Treo, bro. All right, so when I had this phone, this is after I finished working on the ambulance right now. I left the ambulance. I started working for Metro North Railroad. All right, so I started working for Metro North Railroad. I had this phone in my pocket. This is a 2-for-1. I had this phone, and I had this phone. By then, I had already became two phones Nelson. I had the Nextel, and I had the Treo. Okay, and the reason I remember is because I had got stabbed in 03. When Amaya was born, Amaya was 03. Amaya was born in 03. So this is April of 04. I got stabbed in 04 and I was in the coma and all. I almost died there. You know what I'm saying? But when I did come out of the coma, I'll never forget. I came out the coma. I woke up in the hospital. I'll tell y'all the whole story another day, but I woke up in the hospital and I remember it happened so fast that 1 minute I was outside. I had this white Navigator with all these TVs and rims and all the dumb shit. And I remember I was getting into the car and then the next minute I just blacked out. So when I woke up, I woke up in the hospital. I'm looking at the ceiling. All I see is the lights. So at the time I was working two jobs. Oh, I'm lying. I was working two jobs. I was still working on the ambulance. I was working per diem. I was working on the part-time on the ambulance, full-time at Metro North Railroad. Right. So this happened on a Friday night. I remember I had just worked on the ambulance. I worked from 7 to 7 on the ambulance, and I had just started working at Metro North Railroad. So I was working on the weekend. I had to work Saturday morning. So I went out Friday night, and I had to go to work Saturday morning. So the last thing I remember, I was getting into my car, and then all of a sudden, boom! I look up, I see these big bright lights. So I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, oh, you know, am I at work? Like, damn, like, you know, because maybe I fell asleep at work. Because so a lot of times I would stay up, like I'll go out the night before and stay up and just go straight to work. You know what I'm saying? So because this was a real job. I didn't want to mess this up. So I was like, maybe I went straight to work. So I'm thinking, I start playing scenarios in my head. I'm like, I can't remember even driving home. And this is crazy because I didn't even drink that night. So I'm like, yo, maybe I fell asleep. One thing I was always tired. So I'm like, maybe I fell asleep driving. I got into a car accident and I'm in the hospital. I'm like, all right, well, or maybe I'm at work, but I hear like the beep, the medical sounds and all that. So I'm like, yo, hold up. Let me sit up. I go to sit up. I can't move. I can't move. When they have you in the sedated mode, like you got the wrist, like your wrist is like kind of tied down, but not like strapped in like a prisoner, but just kind of tied down a little. So I'm like, yo, I can't move. So I'm trying to move. Yo, this is the most terrifying feeling of my life. I can't move. So I kind of wiggled my wrists out. Now my mom's is sitting next to the hospital bed. There's 2 detectives right there, my mom's and me in the bed, right? So she talking to detectives. She not even looking at me. I didn't even realize that I was in a coma for days by then. So I pop up and I'm trying to talk, but there's a tube down my throat. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Yo, bro, I pulled the tube straight out of my throat, and when you pull the tube out, you could feel it coming from deep. Like, I pulled it all the way out, blah. And my mom looked over and was like, oh shit, like, he's up. I'm like, yo, what's going on? All the doctors running, oh, yo, bro, calm down. So I'm like, yo, what happened, man? So everybody telling me what happened. I'm like, yo, I don't even remember nothing. They telling me the story and all that. But there was 2 detectives, right? So the detectives is like, yo, we want to talk to you, da-da-da. So I'm like, all right. So a little bit of time went by. I kind of like got my composure. But the detectives was like, why do you have 2 phones? Like, like you got to be some kind of drug dealer. You got 2 phones. You got that big Navigator with the rims and the TVs and all that. They thought it was like drug related. They want to know. They like, look, man, we don't care about what you do and all that. We just want to solve the case. We want to, we want to find whoever did this and all that. So you just got to be honest with you. I'm like, bro, I'm a working class citizen. I just happen to like phones. But they was like, is there any reason why you got 2 phones? Like they was like, nah, this just don't seem right. I'm like, no, I just like phones. I had this phone right here, and I had the Nextel. Was it this one right here? I don't know if it's this particular one or was it the Windows one. Y'all remember the big i90, the Windows one? Let's see, this one used to have the button. Yeah, the button. This one had the button that you press. All right, this is the Nextel right here. Look at this. Remember the chirp? You see on the side, you'd be like, doop, doop. And I remember my homeboy Selvon, we used to always be like, you can't just chirp somebody and start talking because you don't know what their phone is on. So you're supposed to hit the boop boop, and then the person would be like, yo, my man Selvon used to just press the button and be like, hey yo, what's up, nigga? Where the bitches at? What the fuck is going on? So I'll be sitting somewhere like, remember I started working at Metro North. This was like a real job. I'm working in the medical department. I'm chilling, I got the Nextel on my hip. All of a sudden, yo, nigga, we saw where you at, where the bitches at. We going tonight. We trying to fuck some hoes tonight. I'll be like, yo, Sel, chill, yo, chill. But anyway, so I had the Palm Treo, I had the Nextel. These are 2 classics right here. I think this was one of my favorite phones. I wish I could turn this one on, but this one has one of those, that charger right there. I do have the charger, but it's the car charger version. But it is what it is. Now, I know I'm rambling on, but it is what it is. If y'all want to know the full story about what happened to me, man, like, bro, I'll tell y'all, but I think I told y'all on one of my streams with Hollywood. Shout out to Hollywood for saving my life, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, Hollywood, bro, you know what I'm saying? That's why my God for life, man. I saved his life another night. He saved my life that night. So, bro, like, that's why we brothers for life, yeah. I'm having a little drink. If y'all hear me pause too, I'm trying not to be like burping in the camera and shit. But it is what it is. All right, so we got a few more phones. All right, let's go in the bag. All right, now, no specific order. Oh, matter of fact, we got some classics. Now I was gonna break this into multiple episodes, but for part 1, let's just do all of the phones. Now, I'll try to keep the yapping to a minimum. All right. Now this is the phone right here. Y'all seen me review this on YouTube, the BlackBerry Bold. Now when I got this phone right here, this is the phone that I got when I started working in the same job that I was working when I started making all my YouTube videos. That was a real corporate executive type position, and they gave me, the corporate BlackBerry, but I had my own. So I had 2 BlackBerries, and I believe I had the Burgundy Treo. I don't even remember what phones I had, but I had a lot of phones too, though. But the BlackBerry Bold, when I do some of my reviews, I talk about how a phone makes you feel. This phone right here had the most executive feeling. Like, this phone right here, this was the boss phone. Excuse me. This was the boss phone right here. If you popped up on the scene with an iPhone, like, bro, the iPhone was nothing. The iPhone, this was for girls. Like, this was like the trendy little preppy phone. You know what I'm saying? This was a real man phone right here. The BlackBerry, Now let me see something. Oh, look at this. This one is actually on. Yo, bro. Remember BBM, BlackBerry Messenger? Bro, hold up. Let's go to Discord. Yeah, and the funny thing is, I can actually feel like it's coming back to me. I remember this little track. Now, I actually had the one with the wheel. I had the one on the side, the wheel on the side. I have multiple Blackberries. But this particular one right here, this is when I had the real job. I thought I was executive, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I'm getting company emails all day long. I'm firing emails on this shit. Yo, the BBM, bro, changing my BBM status. Y'all remember, who remember changing your BBM status? All right, you see the status? Show what I'm listening to. Available, busy. My BBM status stayed on busy. Bitch, leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? Bro, this is crazy. This is crazy. This is the BlackBerry. Let's see. All right, let's see. Message. Any messages on this shit? No. Let me check out a message. Look at little remember the old school YouTube icon there? All right, little YouTube and shit. This is crazy. I forgot this was touchscreen. Yeah, this was the touchscreen, but you know nobody touched the screen back then. If you was nice with the wheel, yeah. You know what I'm saying, or the wheel of the trackpad. All right, let's see what we got here. Settings. Let's see. Okay. Options. Okay, this was options. Remember options? Remember you get your PIN number. Remember you gotta share somebody. You gotta share your PIN number and all that shit. Yeah. Let's see. BlackBerry ID. Anyway, oh look, you had the 3 buttons. You had the convenience key right here on the side, yo. Oh, look at the camera. Yeah, look at the camera. Look at the camera on this shit. Hey, look. You know what I'm saying? Yo, the funny thing is, my very first YouTube video, the very first one, that New York City fight. A lot of y'all seen that video called New York City fight. I think I recorded that with this phone. That was me and Dave, aka Hollywood. Me and Hollywood, we just left this club, and just doing my usual, walking through Manhattan after the club, and we seen these dudes fighting. If y'all watch the New York City fight video, that tell you everything that you need to know about me. Like, I used to be the hype beast. I'm hyping the shit up. They get. It's crazy. But this phone made me feel so important. Like, this phone right here, this was a game changer right here. The BlackBerry Bold, yo. Y'all remember the BlackBerry Playbook? When I did the BlackBerry Playbook tablet, the BlackBerry Watch? I think that watch video right there, that was my first bashing video, and a lot of y'all liked that video. Like that. Remember I threw it in the garbage at the end of the video? Like, it shit was crazy, yo. It's just funny, yo. All right, so this is BlackBerry Bold. Yo, crazy, yo. This is bug. Anyway, this is good times. All right, so that's BlackBerry Bold. Now, I want to show y'all the phone. Y'all see, this is the phone that started me making YouTube videos, but let me show you the phone that made me take YouTube seriously. All right, this is the phone that made me say, you know what? It's not about money and all that. This made me say, you know what? I'm gonna take this more serious. I got people that want to see me. Having a little drink too. This is it, y'all. I think y'all know what's coming, yep. The classic, the HTC Evo. Now, when this phone came out, I had already did the Palm phone. I already did the Palm Treo, the Palm Pre. I had already did the HTC, I believe. I might have did the Samsung, maybe the Moment, one of these phones. But this was like the first. And remember, this phone right here, this was considered big. This was a big giant phone. This was like the first big phone. Let's see, we got any power in this bitch? Let's see. This is the power button on the side, maybe. Oh, look at this. All right. These phones right here. On the back, remember this shit had the kickstand? I don't even know if I could get this shit out. This phone had the kickstand on the back, the camera, you got a headphone jack, 4G. This was when 4G first came out. Remember, everything was 3G. So this was the Sprint. No, remember Beats Audio built in. This was the pinnacle of HTC. This was like, yo, this phone right here, this was like, yo, HTC is taking over the game. Look at this. Look at this, y'all. Look at this. This is a blast from the past. This shit making me smile. Let's see if we got the weather clock. Hold up. Let's see if we got that clock. And to this day, I still use that clock in a fashion of this clock. Look at that. Let's cancel that. Look at that. Okay, let's go to settings. Let's see what we got. personalized, okay, displaying gestures, sound. Y'all remember the 3 back buttons? You know what I'm saying? This is absolutely crazy. Y'all remember the windows? You know what I'm saying? This was the HTC Evo. And the reason I say that this is what made me start taking YouTube seriously, this was the first video that I did, because all of my videos before that was getting a couple of 100 views. You know, it is what it is. Who cared about views? Like, I didn't even care about it like that. When I did this video, I think I got like 5,000 views, which was a lot for me. Like, I thought that was a lot of views. And it wasn't really about the views, it was the comments. Go to that video for yourself. The comments, people was like, and the crazy thing is, some of y'all who left a comment on that video are still on my channel to this day. And I gotta salute y'all, yo. Some of y'all was like, yo, I like this video. Like, bro, when the next phone come out, I need you to make a video on that. Like, people was hyping me up. And I was like, yo, like, in my mind, I'm like, yo, people like me. People like me as, you know, talking about tech. You know what I'm saying? People like to hear me talk about tech. I wasn't thinking about money and trying to get famous and all that. Well, I didn't care about that. Basically, the fun thing about it was now I can make videos at work to kill time. Because other than that, I was just sitting watching videos all day. I was really just ready to blow my fucking brains out at work. Yo, like literally nothing to do. Just sitting around, looking at a computer monitor, waiting for the phone to ring, waiting for some kind of drama so I could jump out of the office. And a lot of times nothing happened. I'd just be sitting in the office, you know what I'm saying, twiddling my thumbs, yo. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But this phone right here, this changed the game for me. After I did the Evo, I don't know if y'all remember, I did the Evo. I did part 1, 2, and 3. Like, I was like, yo, this is fun. Like, and this is part of the reason, I don't want to try to get emotional right now, but this is part of the reason why I leave my channel the way it is now. You see everybody upgraded their YouTube studios. Everybody got a nice brand new table and 4K cameras and all that. It's not that I don't know how to do that, but to me, when YouTube was really fun, like when it was really fun, when it was like you had a little YouTube community. That's why, like, my channel, to this day, I still try to run my channel like a community. You know what I'm saying? Like, you remember you had your little YouTube community. You know, of course, you had a few haters here and there, but basically the people that came to your channel was people that liked you. You know what I'm saying? You got to know everybody's name, and, you know, people that's leaving comments, y'all going back and forth in the comments. Like, it used to be a lot of fun, like old school YouTube. And this is what really had me drawn into YouTube. Like, this is fun. Like, I felt like I was the moderator of a little tech community. And people was like, yo, when the next phone come out, you got to get that. And I was getting it anyway, but I'm like, yo, okay, well, if I got to get it, I'm getting it to make a little video. I can talk to my dudes on YouTube. Like, it was a lot of fun. So it was the HTC Evo that really, really switched it up for me. Now, I want to show y'all a few more. Hold up. Look, do y'all remember this beast right here? Look. Do y'all remember HTC Evo 3D? The HTC Evo 3D. Remember, this phone was taking the 3D photos. Let's see. I know this one ain't gonna turn on. I know this shit ain't gonna power up. This got the headphone jack. All right, y'all have the switch. Remember the little camera button, volume up and down. Okay, let's see. I think I do have the charger for this. Okay, got the charger for this one. Let's see if we can boot this one up. Oh, look, we got a little red light. Now, this is, let's see. This is my actual Evo 3D. Let's see if we get some power in this shit. I might have to let it sit for a minute. Is there a red light flashing? Yeah, it's completely dead. But this was groundbreaking. This was so far ahead of its time. Remember, I used to take the photos. You could look at the photos in 3D, but you could only look at them from the phone. You can't send them to somebody and then look at them from their phone in 3D. You had to use it from this phone. We'll let it charge for a minute. But this phone right here, this was like right after all of the success with the Evo, and everybody was like, yo, I was like, okay, I'm getting the Evo 3D. And it started going from there. I started having a lot of fun. And keep in mind, I didn't make no money on YouTube for years. People don't understand that. Even, I'll never forget my homeboy Josh. Josh hit me up. Y'all remember I used to fuck with Josh? Josh hit me up and was like, yo, you know, YouTube got this new shit where you could put ads on your video. You gotta, apply to become a partner. Remember, you used to have to apply to become a YouTube partner. So I'm like, oh, word, why not? I'm gonna apply. So at the time, I think I had maybe 10,000 subscribers. I applied to become a YouTube partner, and they told me to go eat a dick. So I was like, all right, well, I tried. Who cares? Like, that ain't. I wasn't making videos for that, but I was like, if I'm not stupid. I'm not gonna turn down no free money. I applied. They said no. I'm still gonna do my thing anyway. So I remember I made YouTube videos for 5 years. 5 years straight with not one penny. And then I never forget, one day I was checking my emails. I think I was using my BlackBerry. I was checking my emails, and I had an email from YouTube. And YouTube was, and by then I think I had 30,000 subscribers. I had 30,000 subscribers, and YouTube was like, oh, we see you apply for a partner, like, you could reapply again now. I think the criteria might have changed or whatever. Reapply again. So I'm like, bet. So I reapplied again and became a partner. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I want to make a little YouTube money. And the funny thing is, my first YouTube check was like maybe, I don't know, $30, $40. And I was like, yo, I made $40 for nothing. I was like, yo, $40. I was like, I just made my gas money for nothing. I'm like, bro, this shit is unbelievable. I'm like, this is unbelievable. They gonna pay me $40 to make YouTube videos, bro. I'm making YouTube videos every day, bro. I'm getting $40. That's the mindset I had, because I didn't need the money and all that. It was just for fun, But I was like, yo, I'll take some extra pocket money. I never forget that. And I kind of had a falling out. I'll save that story for another day. I had a falling out over some other corny shit on YouTube. But then that's when I used to hang out with Tim Schofield. Y'all know QB King 77? Me, QB King 77, Zito Max. We had our little Android clique. You know what I'm saying? That's why to this day, man, can't nobody talk shit about Tim Schofield around me. Otherwise, it's up, yo. All right, you can say what y'all want about Tim, QB King 77, when you're on your own time, but you say some shit around me, it's going down, bro. That's my guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I remember he had me as a suggested friend on his channel. I think to this day, I don't even check. I think I still got him as a suggested friend on my channel. Like, that was one of my guys. But anyway, I remember, so I joined this, I forgot what it's called. Remember full screen, when that was kind of a thing? Like, I joined this full screen thing, and it's like, they supposed to help me grow my channel and all that, but you got to cut them off with a percentage. I'm like, all right, bet, let's do this. I joined, I signed the contract, and for a whole year, they was basically taking my whole YouTube check and breaking me off with like 20%. And they ain't do nothing for me. They ain't help me at all. I was like, yo, I got for a whole year. But it didn't matter, because I was still having fun. All right, let's keep it moving. Yo, shout out to Max Lee, man. Max Lee, Zito Max, that was my guy too. Anyway. All right, so let's take it to the next phone. We got another HTC heavyweight. Bro, y'all remember this? Now, which HTC phone is this? I don't remember the name. I'm getting a little tipsy. That, I'm a lightweight when it comes to beer. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a little tipsy. I forgot the name of this phone, but remember I put the skin on the back, and this is not the actual color. I forgot the name of this one, but this one had the headphone jack. I think this was my last HTC phone that was popping. Like, oh no, I'm lying. I did have another HTC after this. I remember that blue one I had, but this was one of my favorite HTC phones. I don't think like some of y'all younger cats, y'all don't understand how big HTC was. HTC was bigger than Samsung, way bigger than Samsung. All right, they was the biggest when it comes to Android phones. HTC was the biggest. All right, so I had this phone right here. I ain't really gonna talk too much about this one because I don't even remember the name of it, but that was a fun little phone. Let's see if this shit turns on. That was a fun little phone right there. And the crazy thing is, I am hitting the power button. Might have to let it charge up a little bit more. All right, we'll let it rock here. Let it rock. All right, let oh look, we got something. We got action. We got action. All right, chill. We got action, bro. Just the little boot up screen right there brings back so many memories, yo. But the HTC Evo 3D, I actually love this phone. Now let's see. This is when I was a Sprint warlord. Bro, I had to plug at Sprint with my homeboy Vic. So any new phone that came out with Sprint, I'm getting it from day one. Now, like, bro, now any phone that come out, you could get from day one from your house. You ain't got to go nowhere. But I remember leaving work. And sneaking to the mall to go meet Vic so I could get this. But look at the boot up animation. Look how long this shit takes. I think about 40 minutes. I let this shit rock for a minute. All right, okay, hold up. Here we go. Oh, look. Oh, look. See? Look, you see that? That's Amaya and her mom. I don't even know the code for this shit because I had gave this phone to Amaya. I gave this phone to Amaya. I'm not gonna be able to unlock it. All right, I gave this phone to Amaya. This how. Let's go. Let's see if we can exit out of this. This is how old this phone is. All right, we got a low battery. Look at this, how old Amaya was. This is Amaya back in the days. Yeah, that's crazy. I had gave this phone to Amaya. She had lost one of her phones. I gave it to her. She used it. And I remember not too long ago. This was actually long ago. I remember. I was like, yo, I was chilling with her and she had this laying around. So I said, yo, that's my old HTC Evo. She was like, yeah, that's garbage. I'm like, nah, let me get that back, yo. You know what I'm saying? She was getting ready to throw this. I think she was moving to go to college. I was like, yo, let me get that back, yo. I need that for my collection, yo. I gotta ask her for the code, though. All right, so we got another one. Here we go. Check this out. Now, I know this video is gonna be long, but hey, I'm gonna make this video until this beer finish. Hold up. Check this out. This is the Samsung Galaxy S3. Now for me, this is when I became an official Samsung Knight. Now I had all of the Samsung phones. I had the original Galaxy. I had the Galaxy S2. But those phones were so laggy and unusable. I mean, it was crazy. Those phones was actually crazy, like the levels of lag. But I remember this was my first Galaxy phone that was actually usable. This was usable. Okay, like I didn't want to throw this phone out the window. Oh, look at this. We got some battery in this shit. Let's see. This is the Samsung Galaxy S3. It's crazy. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I love nostalgia though, yo. You know what I mean? Like the little blast in the past. Look, they look. Okay. Yeah, this is when the whole Android wars was Samsung versus HTC. Then LG came in the picture. LG started. Oh, look at this. LG started doing it big. Okay, let's see. Let's go to apps. We got the old Gmail icon. Remember Opera Mini? Let's see what we got. Internet. You notice no Google Chrome. Oh, we got Chrome. Okay, we got Gmail. The old Google logo, Google Plus. Yo, this is wild. This is wild. Yeah. We got widgets. Let's see what kind of widgets. We got some widgets. Yo, but this is the first phone right here, the first Samsung phone that I actually liked. I was like, yo, this phone I can actually use. One of these videos, I'm gonna try to actually set this up and use this for a full day and see if I can use this for a full day. Yeah, this, you know, look, widgets. Look how long we have widgets with Android, but way before Apple. This is a little beast right here. This is a little beast. Let's see, we have a headphone jack on this. A little camera. Let's take it to the camera real quick. Let's see. Let's go to the camera. Okay. Camera look actually decent. Yo, bro, look at the camera. Look at the potato shots here. Okay. All right, it is what it is. All right, so this is a Galaxy S3. I'm gonna keep this charger handy because we might be able to plug some other shit in. Let's see, this was the big one. All right, anyway, the big one, giggity. All right, it's so funny because look at the S3, right? Look at the difference in this and this. Look where we at now. This is where we at now. Remember, you thought this was a big phone. I remember saying, yo, I got the big Galaxy S3, yo. Look at the difference, bro. Look at the difference. Look where we at now. What a time to be alive, man. Compare some shit like this. Look at the difference in the screen, yeah. Look at the screen. I mean, this is a straight up computer. This was a phone, yo. This was a phone. With this one, I don't even think we was doing text messages with this one. This was just straight phone, yo. All right. Let's keep it moving. Now look, of course, we gotta show Apple some love. So I got my very first iPhone. Y'all remember this? iPhone 3. Let's see. We got action. Look at the look at, y'all remember look at the old YouTube icon, bro. The TV, the YouTube TV icon. All right, well that's it. This actually works still though. Okay, a little home button right here. Remember iPod? You got the iPod app. Take it over to settings. Yeah, okay. Let's see. We got the old school Apple wallpapers. Let's see. Anything else we need to see? Any photos on here? All right, let's see. That's photo settings. Matter of fact, let's go home. Let's go to camera. yo, you taking photos? Yo, remember? You thought you was the man, bro. This phone actually has a great build quality, though. Okay, look, remember the iPhones had the switch? Silent switch, headphone jack on an iPhone. Okay. That little power button on the top. I mean, yeah, what was that for? Yeah. Slide to unlock. You know what I'm saying? Yo, this is crazy. All right, so this was my very first iPhone. I didn't even bother making a YouTube video on this one because I was like, yo, iPhones is for girls. Like, you know, at the time I was the BlackBerry demon. So I was like, I ain't making no video on this bullshit iPhone. Yo, like I didn't even like it that much. Let me show you the first iPhone that I got that I actually liked. I think I got it right here. All right, this was the first iPhone that I got that I actually liked. And the crazy thing is, oh, look at this. The crazy thing is, you see this iPhone right here, this is iPhone 4. The crazy thing is, that's why I love this Xiaomi phone so much, because the side of it feels exactly like the old iPhones. And I remember when I first felt this phone, I was like, oh, I like this. I like the way this phone is built. I like the cut of this phone's jib. Chill. Let's get to plug this in. Let's see. Let's see. Can we get it? Can we get any action with this one? Let's see. All right. So look, we got some power. All right. So we'll let this charge for a second. This was my favorite built iPhone. Got the headphone jack on the top. This phone, it just feels extra premium. Yo, Apple. I'm not talking to you, Siri. This phone feels super premium. Even though this phone did feel premium, but even to this day, I prefer this kind of edge over this edge. Y'all see the difference though? All right, well, we'll let this one charge up for a second. But then after that, I think I made a video on this iPhone. I think this is my first iPhone video. Then after that, I had this one. Okay, now this is when iPhone started getting funky. I think this one had the fingerprint sensor. Yeah, look, this had the lightning adapter, headphone jack, Apple. Okay, I know how to do it. Why not do it? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, remember, this is crazy. All right, so I actually like this one too. This one kind of had that same feel, but if you notice, it was a little bit bigger. So we like, yo, iPhones is getting bigger. iPhone's getting bigger. Then we started getting the iPhones like this. The iPhone's getting even bigger. All right, iPhone's getting even bigger. Then they kind of took it back to the round sides, but hey, it was bigger. It was bigger. So these are some of my favorite iPhones. Okay. Now, funny thing is, hold up. Look where we came. Look how far we came, bro. Look at the difference in the iPhone. Let's get in. Let me hold on. Let me go to my home screen. Look at this. Look at the difference, bro. We was actually out here surviving with this compared to this. Look at this, yeah. If somebody would have showed me this back in the days, yo, do y'all remember back in the days? People used to clown Samsung like, "Lo, you got that big ass Samsung phone." I'll never forget, if you go to the comments, people be like, "Yo, where you going with that big ass Samsung phone? Look how big that phone is." People used to clown Android phones because they were so big, yeah. People used to clown them, yeah. It's crazy. All right, let's see. All right, so we got those iPhones. Let's see. Do we got anything else here that's worth mentioning? All right, I'm gonna try to wrap this up. I do got a few. Oh, look, I found this one. Now, I think I showed y'all this when I did my Motorola Razr video. All right, this was the old Razr. This is my old Motorola Razr phone. This is another phone I had working in the ambulance. I used to like these little thin phones. I had this, and I had, just Google the Tony Soprano phone. It's an AT&T. I forgot who makes that. I think Sanyo. Might have made it, but I had that phone. If y'all remember, Sprint had a phone like this. You open it up and it spins around and you put it back down. I had that phone. I used to like these little flip phones. Okay, but I never forget when I got the first phone that had a camera. I don't have that in my collection right now. I could probably look for it, but I remember the first camera phone. When I got that, I was working on an ambulance, and I remember my mom's. She used to have this morbid curiosity of like what I do at work. So I remember whenever I come across something gruesome, I used to pull out this is my first camera phone and take a picture and send it to them. Like, yo, look at this. So like, see somebody's leg hanging out the window of a car or something, like, yo, take a quick picture, send it to my mom. She'd be like, damn, like, you know, but she was proud of me because I was out in the streets helping people. But Yo, I don't think y'all understand how big of a deal it was to have a camera on your phone. Now you just got a camera all day. Yo, remember when SMS messages first came out where you could send somebody a picture? It's like, bro, I can show you exactly what I'm looking at right now. That was such a big deal. Like, hold up, let me take a picture of this, send it to you. This is what I'm looking at right now. Yo, I'm in the sneaker store. You want to pick up these sneakers for you? Here, let me show you a picture of them right now. Bang. Here's what I'm eating for lunch right now. Bang. You know what I'm saying? Like, camera phones was a huge deal. All right, so this was my Motorola Razr. Let me have, I think this beer's almost finished. I'm gonna wrap this up. I got a few classic Samsungs right here. Hold up. We got the, yo, y'all remember this phone? The Samsung Galaxy S6 Edge, like the Edge. This is when the curved displays first started getting like really popular. I had the gold S6 Edge. Look, the battery. Y'all remember the whole battery shit? The battery is about to explode out of this bitch. You know what I'm saying? But this is, this had the fingerprint sensor on the front. Galaxy S6 Edge. Let me wipe this one down. Yo, Samsung need to bring this color back though. This gold, look at that. This was a beautiful looking phone though. I'll never forget. No, this was the S6 Edge Plus. I've definitely made a YouTube video on this one. Okay, S6 Edge Plus. Let's see what else we got. We got, oh, one of my favorites. Let me wipe this down. One of my favorites, the Galaxy S8. Okay, now this is when Samsung really started taking over. Galaxy S8, remember fingerprint sensor on the back? Bang, hit the button. Let's see. I know we ain't gonna have no juice on this one. Is this USB Type-C? Yeah, we had USB Type-C all the way back then. Apple. USB Type-C, been around for a minute. Matter of fact, oh, this is USB Type-C. I should be able to plug this bitch in. Let's see. Hold it. Yep. Okay, so we got USB Type-C. Let's see if we can charge this up. Now let's see. Did this one turn on yet? No, this back. Yeah, these phones been laying up for a minute. I shouldn't even be plugging this shit in. This shit might explode. Remember when I had the Galaxy, the Note 7? I had the same silver color like this. Yeah, let me not plug these. Oh, no, I felt a little vibration just now. I will leave that for a minute. Okay, look, I found a classic too. I'm gonna just run through these last ones. This was the Galaxy Note 8. Remember the amount of, look, now this one I actually broke. I remember so pissed when I broke this. We got a little S-Pen on this. But let's see, this one is actually, yeah, like this is when the Galaxy Notes was Galaxy Notes. Yeah, this one is actually charging up. Galaxy S8. Anyway, I'm not even gonna play with this one right here, but this was the Galaxy Note. This was fingerprint sensor on the rear. Like, I wasn't mad at this at all. I believe this had the iris sensor. I'm not sure. It could have been though, but headphone jack, Samsung. Okay, headphone jack. Anyway, all right. So let me have one more swig, and then we'll wrap this video up. All right. Woo. Yeah, look at the difference, bro. Like, look at the. Remember, like 2 cameras. Now we got 12 cameras, bro. Like, shit is off the hook now. All right. So anyway. This is our Retro Tech episode number 1. Now, just for dramatic effect, y'all can't see me, but behind the camera, I found these. Yo, y'all remember these? I think these is LG. These was innovation, right? You wear these around your neck. You had the little, I think this had the button. The little button, you see? You put this shit on, and when you're ready, little button. This should probably still work too, yeah. This is crazy. Anyway. This is Retro Tech episode number 1. Now, I promise the next episode is not going to be this long. Next episode, maybe we'll do the next level of phones after these, like the LGs and all like other shit. If y'all want to do something else other than phones, I got a bunch of retro tablets. I got old school cameras. Like, I got some old school shit. So if y'all enjoy seeing the Retro Tech, hit me up in the comments and let me know. If not, this could be a one and done. Like, I just really wanted to take a little trip down memory lane. I would say out of all of these phones, the BlackBerry Bold still, like, when the BlackBerry Bold, just holding this phone, man. I'm so mad at BlackBerry for disappearing. Just holding this phone just brings me back to that feeling. Like, oh, I remember, like, this is like before social media was really, really social media. Like, your BBM was your social media. Like, yo, people go check my BBM status. If I'm busy, leave me alone. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this was a lot of fun. Text messages. Oh, this is crazy. I used to be, and this keyboard feels so small now. Let's see if I'm almost catching a cramp in my hands trying to type on this shit. Let's see. Hold up. Let's see. What? No, I can't even get it. Okay, let's see. What's good, bro? But I remember, like, I used to type so fast on this, it was unbelievable. I used to even be typing one hand. I remember I used to get in the elevator. I get in the elevator, check my emails. I used to be shooting a whole email. How you doing? Please meet me back. Bomb, send. Yo, this was the phone right here. This was the phone. BBM. BlackBerry Bold, yo. Anyway, so I think this is my favorite one. The Palm Treo got a special place. HTC Evo, special place. I can't believe these phones actually still turning on, yo, after all these years, yo. This is crazy. Anyway, this is Retro Tech episode number 1. Like I said, hit me up in the comments. Let me know if y'all want to see some more of this shit. Otherwise, like I said, I'm going on vacation tomorrow. I just shot a What's in My Tech Bag video right before this. So I don't know which one I'm going to post first, but I'll post something this weekend. I don't want to leave y'all in Flossy Carter withdrawal. I don't like going on vacation and leaving y'all hanging, so I like to shoot some content before I go. But it is what it is. Like, hit me up in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about these. And if I don't talk to y'all before then, happy holidays. Shout out to everybody rocking with me on Facebook, Foursquare, Twitter, Google+. Shout out to all the Google gangsters. I see y'all holding down that Facebook page. Shout out to everybody hitting me up on Boxer. And a special shout out to everybody rocking with me on Instagram. Y'all know that's where I'm at full time, 100% full throttle. And a special shout out to everybody rocking with the new stream on Sundays. Y'all already know, Stream Gangsters on deck. Get your drinks ready. No meat boys allowed. Oh yeah, special shout out to everybody following me on Snapchat, Flossy_Carter, that's where I'm at. And a special shout out to the notification squad. I see y'all in the comment section early. #salute. Oh yeah, one more thing. I almost forgot. Fellas, ladies, say it with me. All y'all haters, all y'all trolls, close your eyes and picture me rolling. It's your boy Floss, I'm out. Deuces.
Enterprise. Spock here.
Spock, one to beam up.
Affirmative, Captain. Enterprise out.
Energize.
I want everybody to subscribe to Flossy Carter for the real tech reviews. Now, Flossy Carter, we know you flossy. Now, guess what? I'm flashy. Money May all day, the one and only. Flossy Carter, you part of the money team.